Okay, everybody. What I'm going to do here, judging from what Jubilina is going through right now, I suspect that they are tampering around with her phone remotely. I've already asked, basically dropped a comment down asking her if she wanted me to share this video and some of the other things that I could have also either recommended as well as things that that could help. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this video is because there's something very important that she says in this video. It's a recommendation to a specific movie. I ended up at least around, I want to say maybe like 40 or maybe 50 minutes in, close to there, and she wasn't kidding. Like, that movie fully represents exactly what's going on. You may see some people who are acting out as perps. Yes, there is people who are fully involved in the satanic system, but there are people who are not really, who are not aware of what they're actually doing. It's like they're in a comatose state sleep, but there's something piloting their bodies, causing these acts to occur and things to happen. That movie, ladies and gentlemen, is called Fallen. One of the stars that plays in there is Denzel Washington. I recently tried going over to Nappy Headed Roots' live stream to let him know I was going to drop a link down to the specific movie that was recommended by T.I. because of the substantial impact that that movie has. And it's just showing you everything that's happening. Like, even when there's an incident occurring, it's it's just a demonic spirit bouncing from one vessel to the next, causing all of these catastrophes to happen. Please, everyone, send your prayers out to Jubilina. She could definitely use it. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play this video for you all. I will also, you're going to find a link to the movie because someone was gracious enough to upload it. You're going to find a link to the movie, and you're going to find a link to Jubilina's channel directly. I hope all is well is going on her end, as well as with everyone else. Like I always say, I hope everyone's doing well, but minus the targeting.
Hey, saints, angels, empowered individuals, targeted no mo. You heard me? We're empowered. I need some prayer here, and I need some guidance. I'm asking the Lord on what to do, y'all, but it's like they're trying to set me up. Okay, I know it. I just know it in my heart. That thing that happened last week where they showed up saying that there was a plumber. The plumber was needed to unclog a sink, and I wasn't there. I wasn't notified. My sink was not clogged. And then the maid took 2.5 hours instead of an hour and a half. I'm sorry, the housekeeper. And there's nothing to be done in here other than wash the sheets and towels, which she didn't do. She washed the sheets and had them left in the washing machine and didn't wash any of the towels. The only thing, honestly, and I'm not complaining because it wasn't dirty. I said I don't need a housekeeper. This happened on Thursday, y'all, and I could just sense they're trying to set me up for something. I don't know what. It doesn't matter what. I know the Lord's got me, but I just need to vent, and I need to document what just went down. And of course, you guessed it, what are they using to try to harass me? The cops, once again. So, I screwed up, y'all. I went and drank. I wasn't like loaded or anything, but I had a couple, okay? And I'm repenting for it right now. It's just been nonstop attacks. I know y'all know. I just wanted to get out and just relax for a little bit. And this is what happens to me if I even leave, okay? How dare I go outside and breathe is basically what they're trying to tell me. So I went out. It wasn't even late. I got in maybe an hour after dark, about 9 o'clock, okay? So it wasn't like all night, crazy, wild time. It's just a couple drinks, okay? And when I came back in, there's 2 locks, one for the top lock, one for the bottom lock. The bottom lock is just like a regular little lock that you turn. The top, but you use a key for it, and then the top lock is the deadbolt. I always just lock the deadbolt, and I'm honestly never gone more than maybe just 2 hours. This time I was gone about 4 hours. We know we're always surveilled. Okay, so when I'm leaving, here comes the neighbor letting me know that he's outside watching. He's the one that has now installed over the past week bright red and blue, okay, it looks like cop lights over the fence that are so blaring that you can see them inside the house at night. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. So those are there. They've got the makeshift construction site on the other side, on the back side. Okay, there's a side alley that I don't use because there's trash cans back there and there's a bunch of junk. It's basically just where you keep the trash cans. But you could squeeze by there to get in the back gate, okay? But I don't do it. I go out the front door. I do the same thing every time I leave, whether it's just to walk beignet, go to the grocery, whatever. I lock the top deadbolt and I leave the bottom one unlocked, all right? Because if somebody's going to get in, they're going to get in anyway. And the bottom lock is not, it's just like a little rinky-dink thing on the doorknob. Long story short, I get back last night about 9, maybe 9:15, and I unlock the top lock, but the door won't open. So I'm pushing on it, okay? And I kind of like banged on it a couple times because I thought because it rained and it's a humid area anyway, even if it doesn't rain, the door's wood. And living through Katrina and all that, I know that doors swole shut. So I thought that's what it was. So I did like bang on it a couple times, but I wasn't like trying to kick it in or anything like that. All right? Because I don't want to have to pay to fix a door. So I'm like, man, why is this not opening? And dumb me, I'm not dumb, but just with all the stress and everything, I didn't think about it, that the bottom lock was locked. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll just go down that alley and, maybe the door's swollen shut because it's wood, and I'll go in the back door. When I get down the alley, the back alley gate is open. It was locked when I left because I don't unlock it. Well, when they come to do their yard maintenance last week after the housekeeper leaves and the plumber shows up all at the same time, then I was talking to Sister Roxanne and I said, there's a man staring in the window. It was a lawn guy staring in my side window. It was really all at the same time. They've got a cop that is following me as all this is going down, hoping that I'm going to say something so they can haul me off. And all I said to the plumber was, who's coming out the side alley? Incidentally, wow. Yeah, he was coming out the side alley. I said, excuse me, is there any reason why you're casing the house? And he goes, I'm not casing the house. And I said, well, what are you doing? He goes, who are you? I should be asking him, who is he? He's coming out of the side house that I'm renting, right? And I said, I'm renting the place. And he said, I was called by the housekeeper that your sink was clogged, so I came to unclog it. I said, but my sink isn't clogged. He goes, not now, because I fixed it. And there was no sense in even going on and saying, yeah, right. I just under my breath said, really? Because this is part of the targeting, right? This is what they do. And they try to do anything to try to set us up. So this is what I feel is more of a setup, more of harassment. Now they're involving the cops. So he leaves. I go inside. I get on the phone with Sister Roxanne because I was really stressed out. I gave her an earful, and I told you I made a long video, but I didn't upload it, okay? As I get on the phone with Roxanne, I see a man standing in the window, looking in the window, just perfectly staring at me. So that's the yard keeper, okay? The yard people, whatever they're called. All at the same time this goes down. Now, here's what happened last night. So again, I'm so sorry, y'all. Please pray for me to be delivered of whatever the stronghold is that makes me want to go and have a couple drinks. I don't drink at the house. I don't drink by myself. I'm not craving alcohol. It's being around people. I just want to talk to people. And it's also a release of stress. Please pray for anyone that's struggling with any kind of thing like that, because it is a sin. We're not supposed to desecrate our temple. And I feel extra bad after I do this. Well, here's what happened to me. Wow, this is crazy. So it was an uneventful night. Nothing really bad happened. I came back after I was gone about 4 hours because I walk. So I walked like about 20 minutes to get there and 20 minutes back. So I'm out maybe 3.5 hours drinking. Just had a few, okay? Nothing traumatic or anything. And then I come back and I can't get in the door. I banged on where the doorknob is and the door a couple times thinking it was stuck because it is hard to open and close. It gets stuck. So then that's when I decide to go around the side alley and come in the back door thinking it's swollen shut. I go around the side alley. The gate is open. All right, flung open, like somebody ran out of there. So whoever was back here had time to run if they heard me trying to get in the front, okay? So they had time to go out the alley and I wouldn't have seen them because I'm on the front. There's also a back alley that goes to this new construction site of my neighbor, all right? Out the back that's hidden behind this gate. So there's two ways that somebody could have come in here, come in the backyard. And then I see 3 cups, like plastic cups that you would get at a bar. They're not mine, y'all. I know somebody's going to say, oh, you must have been drinking and you forgot. Number 1, there's no way I could have carried 3 cups. Number 2, no, I didn't forget. I wasn't back there. I don't drink by myself. I didn't have people with me. And if I drink a drink, it will have lipstick on it. And these didn't, okay? I took note of that. So I come in. And it doesn't appear to be anything missing. I haven't looked through all my notebooks, which they like to steal because it has things that the Lord tells me and it has phone numbers in them. I haven't actually looked for those. But the main things, if somebody was coming to steal or break in, would be the TVs in here, which, Brother Chris, I'm with you. I cover them with a blanket. I don't watch it or a towel or whatever. The TVs are still in here. The stereo's still in here that I don't even know how to work. My laptop is still here. Everything's still here. That's the only really valuables. It looks the same, okay? I didn't notice anything out of place. And so, you know, I go to bed. I went to bed maybe an hour later, 10:30. Nobody knocked on the door. Nobody came by. No neighbors came, knocked on the door, said, are you okay? Nothing like that. So now at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I get a banging, and then I was going to ignore it because I'm like, I don't have anybody that would be coming and knocking, so I'm not going to answer the door. And then it gets louder and louder. I'm like, oh, boy, watch it be the cops. Well, it wasn't, but it was the people that I'm renting from. Not one, but 2 of them. Remember, one of them happens to be a contact tracer. Yep, that's what she is. They're both wearing red masks, red. Okay, that's my trigger color. So I can't see their face, but the one looked very familiar. And she actually reminded me, just from her eyes up, because we're not allowed to see their faces now, she reminded me that I've seen her somewhere, and it could have been in Texas. And again, I'm just documenting in case something goes down. So they knocked, and then they start banging, and then I looked out the window, and I said, I see them with a mask, and they say, we're here, we're the property, whatever. They keep the property up for the owner. We need to come in and make sure everything's okay. And I said, everything's okay. Nobody else is in here. It's just me and my dog. Well, we need to come in and inspect the property. And I go, why? And she said, because we got a call from the police. There was a breaking and entering. I go, what? So I opened the door and let them in, even though I didn't want to. They'll just keep harassing, or they'll come in anyway, okay? Maybe these people really did call, hearing me. I banged on the door a couple times thinking it was jammed shut, okay? But still, all these neighbors have seen me. I've introduced myself. I've said, God bless you. I've waved to them. They all know what I look like, okay? So if they would have actually been concerned someone is breaking into the house, they would have seen it was me trying to get the key to work, okay? It's more of their torment and trauma. And I believe they're just trying to run me out of here, put me in fear. So I need y'all's prayer. And if anybody has an idea of what they could be up to, I mean, I'm even wondering, did they come in here and drop something in here? Because I was talking to the one while the other lady was walking around taking notes, looking behind doors and stuff, taking notes. Is this normal? This crap, I can't be left alone. I'm not allowed to have any peace or privacy. And apparently I'm not allowed to have trouble getting a key in a door. If the neighbors were that concerned, why didn't they come out and say, is everything okay? Because they weren't concerned. They know it was me. They know this stuff. All right, so somebody was in the backyard, but that doesn't surprise me because, like I said, the plumber had come from the side alley in the backyard. The lawn guys also have a key to the back gate. All right, so they just now left. They're both wearing a red mask, taking their notes, and asking me questions, grilling me, all right, as if I'm a criminal, because that's how they treat us. I'm tired of it. So she said that they need to inspect the place, that they got a call, that the police were called, there was a breaking and entering. I go, what? I said, I've been here all day. Well, when did you get in? And I said about 9 or 9:30. This morning, like trying to make it like I'm some sort of drunk, bumbling partier. I said, no, last night. And she goes, oh, well, this call was made about 8 o'clock. And then I told him, I said, well, I couldn't get in, and I won't go into it, but I said how the bottom lock was somehow locked. Maybe I locked it. Nothing's missing. I did find the cups outside and the gate was open. And then she goes, well, you do know you're not the only one with a key. And I thought she was trying to insinuate I've made a copy of a key and given it to somebody. And I said, yeah, I am. I haven't given the key to anybody. She goes, no. She said, the land, lawn care people, I guess, maybe. The lawn care people have it and the housekeepers have it. And apparently the plumber has it too because he came after the housekeeper left. So a whole charade of people. And then I said, okay, well, they were here last week. And then I pointed out the construction site that's now on the side alley. And I said, and people could go in that side gate there. And then I showed them how the neighbors, which apparently were the ones that called because they're the only ones next door that could have actually heard me having trouble getting the key to work. They installed 2 strobe lights over the fence, only on the side of the fence that borders my fence, not on their back fence and not on their other side of the fence, only on my fence. And it's 2 bright strobe lights that blink red and blue. And it looks like cop lights. They're this big. They look like on the top of cop cars. This is torment. I also found a book after the housekeeper left, just to note, and it was titled Goodbye Doggy Soul. Remember, they were trying to freak me out about leaving my little dog. And I found a giant dog bone about this big that Beignet, number 1, doesn't have hardly any teeth. She's 15, my dog. Number 2, she doesn't eat bones. She never has liked them. And number 3, this thing, she couldn't have even got her mouth around it. That was under the sofa sticking out. So I thought, well, maybe it was all, because I always try to give benefit of the doubt. Maybe the housekeeper swept right there and it kind of came out. If I saw it, why didn't she see it? Because this is the tricks they do. This is what they do. This is major harassment. So I said, police? I said, there's been no police here. And then I told the whole story, and she said, oh, so you had an issue getting in? I said, yeah. I said, but maybe, I said, I'm not saying that I possibly couldn't have locked it. Maybe somehow it got turned and the bottom lock was locked. And I said, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I said, but no police were here. No police ever came. Don't you think if the police were called last night, they would have came and knocked on the door? Nobody knocked on the door. Now, today at 3 p.m., they're going to come by. So something's up, y'all. And then they asked, did I take pictures? And I'm like, no. I said, I have the 3 cups right here. And I showed them the 3 cups. And then I said, maybe somebody was just sitting in the backyard. They thought the house wasn't rented. But we all know this is part of being targeted. So this is my latest. Can y'all please pray for me? I don't know what they're doing. I'm tired of moving. I just paid. I don't want to have to move again. I'm just waiting for it to be midnight and the cops come banging on the door wanting my report. Do I have to answer it because I didn't call them? I don't think so. I'm tired of being harassed, okay, y'all? Please pray for me. I'm sorry, I'm not in a good mood. I feel invaded. Invaded and watched and stalked at every little thing I do. All right, I love y'all. And again, I'm so sorry I messed up and drank. This is what I get. They use it against me. Anything that I do, we are not allowed to sin in the least. So it's actually kind of good because the Lord wants us to stick close to him. And maybe this will help me. Remind me, look what they did last time when you left. It's sad, but that's how we have to be. We have to be extra vigilant. I believe Jesus could be coming at any moment. Oh, and by the way, probably the ones that called on me, they're the ones that surrounded me the first day I got here, like got right by me and blocked me as I'm walking in. And, you know, I was moving some stuff in, and they said, "Hi, who are you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm moving in here." I said, "Nice to meet you. Jesus loves you." And she walked off with a mad face. So they didn't like that. So they're trying to run me out of here. It's very obvious. If y'all have any suggestions on what to do to cover my ace, or what y'all think they could be up to, I'm wondering if I might just have to like scour everything real good. I'm just too tired right now, y'all. It's like constant harassment and torment. But please forgive me for drinking, y'all. I feel really bad about it. I was doing so good and I was happy. And I want to tell you something else. Incidentally, this girl that I told y'all to pray for, her name's Lisa, that I met last year. And yes, she was wearing red. But I gave her the benefit of the doubt because some people might just like that color, right? Not everybody wearing red is in on it. They're not community-based agents, but I like hit it off with her, and she called out of the blue yesterday and talked for about an hour about her boyfriend, and she's wanting to leave him, and I told y'all to please pray for her and all that. Incidentally, she said over and over and over again, I'm going to say 10 times, in a sentence where you don't have to keep saying this word that I don't want to say because it could be one of y'all's trigger words, but it starts with the first word is an H and the second word is a D. Actually, the first word is an H and then a B and then a D, okay? 3 words. And it's the song that Marilyn Monroe, who was also MK Ultra and targeted, she sang for the president. That's your hint. Father showed me that that's one of my trigger words, and this girl said that to me about 10 times yesterday, and then right after I got off the phone with her, I went and drank. Wow, that's interesting to know. See, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality, powers, rulers of darkness, okay? Spiritual wickedness in high places. She also got the second drill, and I was talking about that, and now the harassment's even more, right? And this woman's a contact tracer that works for she's the head of housekeeping. Pretty strange, don't you think? A coincidence. So please pray for me. Pray for Beignet. They're attacking her again. She's been like crying like she's in pain. I know they hit her teeth a lot, like all of us. And pray that these people wake up and turn to Jesus, because they have no clue how bad their torment is going to be for all eternity for doing these evil things, and especially touching God's elect, which a lot of us on this channel are, and it's not being prideful or anything. But these workers of iniquity are proud that who they work for. They're proud to say they're Luciferians and Satanists and witches. They laugh. They think it's fun to harm other people. Why aren't we proud and speak up against evil? Or more of us, I know some of us do. Brother Chris, I know you're really getting hit hard. I think Brother Ken too. Some of y'all are. Jay. But anyway, Toby, Sister Toby, I know they've been hitting you too a lot. We got to be out of here soon. But why aren't more of God's elect proud of who our Father is? Start saying it. Jesus is coming back. Please repent. He loves you. He does not want one to perish. And also when I'm out and I am outside, out somewhere drinking, the whole time, you know what I'm usually talking about? You guessed it, the Most High God. So I know I shouldn't be going into those places. This wasn't really a bad place. It wasn't like some scummy, dank New Orleans bar or anything. And also please pray for the people of New Orleans, because they're really under really bad attacks. But don't you? Oh, and this is also interesting. My phone won't call out, and I can't get phone calls today. exact day, like they don't want me to call for help. Yeah. And that's pretty interesting to note. So I don't know what else I'm going to say. I'm just worn out. I'm really not looking forward to having cops coming banging on the door. I don't think I have to answer because I didn't call them. They've already got their information. If they were going to come, why didn't they come last night if there was a supposed break-in? Does that even make any sense? No, it doesn't make sense. It's these community-based agents disguised as neighbors that are stalkers. Oh, and we've got a new U-Haul that's moved in. So the other ones moved out. I guess they couldn't do their job good enough. And so now they moved some new ones in. So yet another set of stalkers. On either side, y'all, the other ones moved in day before yesterday in the construction site. So they're completely surrounding me yet again. So prayers for everybody. Again, that's what I was going to say is a lot of these people don't even realize they're doing anything wrong. They're being taken over by demonic forces because they have the ones that are really being taken over are the witches and Satanists that call on these demons, okay? They actually call on them to harm us. But then there's other ones that don't know Jesus, that have accepted Jesus, that can be taken over and used. And they have no recollection of what they're doing. They don't even know. Just like the movie, I've told y'all to watch it many, many times. I've said Fallen with Denzel Washington. He is a targeted individual. He works at the police station, funny enough, and the cops are all singing or whistling this creepy song, which, by the way, the neighbors have started whistling. Yeah, that's normal. And John Goodman is in it. He's one of the cops, and he's taken over by this demon, and he's trying to kill Denzel. Remember that? And they know the song to sing or whistle, and these demons jump from person to person while Denzel's walking by people, strangers are giving him dirty looks. That's what we go through. If you're targeted and you wonder why these people seem like they hate you, it's not the people, it's the demons that are operating in them, that are controlling them, and the demons recognize Jesus Christ in us because this whole walk is about Jesus. It's not about us. It's about Jesus and what he did for us. And we got to wake as many up as we can. So I'm believing that this aggression will not stand, man. And I told them, I said, this happens to me everywhere I go. I almost said I'm targeted, but I said, never mind. And then I said, it happened at the last place. And they go, our place? I said, no, it was another rental. And I told them the street it was on. I said, a woman was standing inside the house. She had a passcode to open the door and was standing in the house, claims she's with the fire department and had to check the fire alarm. And the woman said, oh, yeah, they do that. How many of y'all ever heard of that? The fire department has people's code to their house and just can come in whenever they want? That was weird. And then I told him, and then a man was in the house when I got out of the shower just standing there, and he couldn't speak English, and he left. And then the second time he was in there, I actually got a video of him that time. And then he left. And she's writing her notes down, staring at me. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them was a cop.
Sorry about that, everybody. I had an alarm that was about to go off, so I had to pause this recording. But to clarify some of the things of which he's just said, and I am going to let the rest of the video play, don't get me wrong. When it comes to electronic locks, like with the keypad, or even something that is electronically locked with the door clicker, this could be a garage door or any other type of door, they can definitely hack into that. And then, of course, yeah, it would make sense for them to lie for such a situation like that.
Posing as, one of them probably is the rental property, but the other one, I don't know, y'all. I'm just tired of it. I'm ready to go home. Get me out of here, mister. Okay, I love y'all. Prayers for everybody, and let me know what you think about this latest adventure in Targeting 101. But the enemy is almost done, son. I love y'all. Goodbye. I'm praying for all y'all. And also tell me what y'all think about that this girl happened to say that word. It's not a word that someone would just keep repeating over and over and over. She said it like 10 times. And then within about an hour, I'm out drinking. And I'm like, why am I even here? I don't even want to drink. I'm thinking that it's something with the trigger word, and they keep saying it until it clicks. I don't know, y'all. I do believe that I was probably MK Ultra, especially knowing that my dad was high up for NASA, which is what the governing of the mental. He's not my real dad, y'all, but he's the only dad I knew, and I loved him. Okay, and I pray that he made it. He made it to heaven, but so I was adopted, is what I'm saying. So we're not like the same bloodline. But I have no memory of anything before I'm about 7 or 8. And I remember every detail. I can even tell you what these two, well, the one, I can't tell you what the other woman had on because she was walking through the house, opening and closing doors and taking notes while the other one was talking to me. But I can tell you what their eyes look like. They both had on red masks. Yeah, of all the colors. The housekeeper was wearing red and black. It's just very obvious. And then leave the book, Goodbye, Doggy Soul. There was a stack of books. I would have noticed that. It was right on top. Yeah. And a dog bone, a big dog bone. Uh-huh. This is what they do. And that was right after I'd gone through the torture where they had the car running when I was going to leave my dog for about an hour, and I never do, very rarely. And what was I saying? And they had someone with a leaf blower across the street. What made the thing odd was it was a city worker, okay? So it was the person doing the leaf blowing. So a yard worker, large worker. This just happened on last week, on Monday. Then Thursday's when they sit their cleaning squad over. And now today is this. So about every 4 days they're coming with more harassment, okay? But there was a leaf blower across the street. The car that the leaf blower guy was in, which was a city worker, was parked blocking my path where I have to walk past them, going up my steps. The car is running. The windows are down. And there's a dog carrier, a small dog carrier, the size for my dog, in the back seat, a red thermos in the front. And I always say, all I need is my dog, and this thermos, and this chair, and that's all I need off the jerk. Okay, now my phone is now ringing again. Let's see who this is. Hold on 1 second, okay? Yeah, I'm going to have to go, y'all. My phone is finally ringing, so I couldn't use my phone. I couldn't call out or anything. So... yeah, so the car's running like that, and there's 3 parking spaces, but they're parked illegally at a stop sign directly in front of my house, and it's escalated since then. So please keep me in prayer and tell me what you thought. Tell me what y'all think. I just paid. I really don't want to have to leave again. So, but I'm documenting all this. All right, I love y'all. And also, if the cops come knocking on the door trying to harass me, do I have to answer it? I didn't call them. They've already got the report. Nothing was broken into. Whoever it was in the backyard. So I'm sure it has something to do with the neighbors. All right. I love y'all. I'm out.